Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to be sure I heard something correctly. Your budget today is 1/2 of what it was in 2010?
Yes.
That's correct.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that's like cutting the budget of the fire department in the middle of a 5-alarm fire. We've never had such a serious attack on our electoral system as we've had in the last 3 years, and your budget is 50% of what it was 9 years ago. I mean,
And I would note the administration was trying to cut it another $1 million.
I just,
If we're noting that, you should also note that the commission went out of existence when the other party was in power of both the Senate and the White House. The reason
I'm not
this
making a
budget,
partisan point. I'm
no,
just
but
saying,
I think Senator Klobuchar just did. The reason this commission is where it is a lot of the work that the commission is supposed to do didn't have a commission to do it. It's like, that's why the standards are 2005 standards. There's nothing imminent that has caused this problem.
Okay.
It's a 10-year.
But I think that, yes, but now that we have a quorum, the fact remains that it's half of
Well, it
what
should
it
be
was.
adequately-
And then the administration, knowing we have a quorum and knowing that we
Yeah.
are in this situation,
Well, the
decided
commission-
to add
Well, I'm
more.
not
The
worried
budget,
about-
the budget didn't get to be half of what it was in the last 2 years.
Correct.
Or 4 years.
Yes.
The budget got to be half, it's not half of what it was.
I'm not casting blame, Mr. Chairman. I just think we ought to
Let's-
fix it.
Let's just be sure
I'm forward-looking.
let's be sure we're forward-looking.
Yeah.
Well, so let's look
Forward.
forward then.
Absolutely.
Forward.
I'm just saying we're in a very serious situation
We
with
are,
our
we
elections,
are.
and we ought to
going
give
forward.
this organization the
We are, and I'll
adequate
give you
resources.
some time back here, Senator.
Thank you, that's all right. Can a machine be certified today under the 2005 standard that doesn't have a paper backup, a paper record? You say yes, a
Yes.
nod won't.
Yes, it can.
Okay, I'm concerned about that. Can a machine be certified today that's connected to the internet? Under the prior standard, or the standard that we're operating under? You want to take that under, for the record?
We'll take that for the record. It is more complicated than that. There's different ways, like modems and things that are attached to machines, so
But clearly, best practices are paper backup, no connection to the internet. I mean, I've been through a dozen hearings in 2 or 3 different committees on this. I mean, if we're certifying machines that are somehow connected to the internet or that don't produce a paper backup, then we're clearly not fully protecting our citizens. And I think you made this point, Madam Chair. There's not, you can provide best practices to anybody, right? I mean, it seems to me that's something you can do. It's not mandatory, it's voluntary. But one of the advantages you bring to bear is a national perspective. And you can learn what's going on in all the states. If Iowa or Illinois or Massachusetts or wherever, Idaho, is doing something really effective and good, then you can act as a clearinghouse and provide that as a best practice. I hope you will do that. It seems to me there's power in that, even though it may not be mandatory. Those would be the points. And I'm not on the Appropriations Committee, but I'd like to volunteer to try to help on this funding question, because I think these folks are trying to do a very important, complex job, and we ought to be sure they have the resources to do so. Thank you very much for your testimony.
Senator, if you want, I just got passed a note from the staff to assure that the VVSG does not allow for internet connectivity.
Good.
And the other part that you were talking about is clearinghouse, and that is one of our main missions at the EAC, and that is one of the things that we spend a lot of time on.
Good. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.